Before Carnival, before Christmas, there is Saturnalia. In ancient Rome, Saturnalia was a midwinter festival that flipped the world upside down. Slaves dressed like masters, masks hid identities, and chaos ruled. For a few days, the powerless could mock the powerful, and everyone celebrated in disguise. Centuries later, European colonizers brought these festive traditions to the Caribbean: masquerade balls, parades, and holiday revels tied to the Christian calendar. But on islands like St. Croix, something extraordinary happened. Enslaved Africans recognized something familiar in the chaos of Saturnalia. In their own cultures, masquerade wasn't just a celebration. It was spiritual, symbolic, and protective. Masks summoned ancestors, costumes held power, drumming called memory into motion. If they weren't allowed to openly practice their traditions, they would hide them in European practices. So they fused the old with the new. African drumming met European fiddles, spiritual power met satire, and out of the fusion came old-time masquerading. Pitchy Patchy is one of the most endearing and visual striking figures in St. Croix's masquerade tradition, a character built from layers of influence and meaning. The costume is constructed from strips of cloth, often cut from the flour sacks or worn garments, carefully sewn together with bright fabric scraps, ribbons, and at times, small mirrors. The effect is both textured and vibrant. In early times, the number of ribbons often reflected the time, labor, or materials a masquerader was willing or able to contribute. More ribbons meant more effort, more care, and more status within the performance. The Pitchy Patchy character in St. Croix developed its own distinct identity. It bears resemblance to British mummers, rural performers who wear patchwork costumes in seasonal pageants. But it also echoes the mass dances of the Yoruba Gungun societies in West Africa, where long, layered garments conceal the body and activate ancestral presence through movement. Pitchy Patchy in St. Croix merges both traditions, embodying elements of satire and celebration, while also drawing from the ritual forms that honor lineage, protection, and transformation. By the mid-20th century, Pitchy Patchy was less frequently seen in public celebrations. But in the 1990s, culture bearers such as Amy Gill and Asta Williams helped revive the masquerade during Emancipation Day parades in Frederiksted, drawing from memory, oral history, and family practice. They recreated costumes and choreography with intention, not as reenactment, but as cultural continuation. This revival placed Pitchy Patchy back into the community's living memory, not simply as a symbol of joy, but as a reminder of the layered cultural meaning masquerade has in the Virgin Islands.